Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. Hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I've done it just in time for the start of the game. Yes, I have. Quick turnaround. Wow, that was fast. What a day it's been. Chelsea against Arsenal, Manchester United, Villa, Newcastle, Southampton. And now to finish it off, a massive game here that Liverpool have to win. They have to win it. They've got to win it. If they don't win this, I don't think they can get top four. I think it's that important for Arsenal. For Liverpool today. We're just about to start off the game. I'll go through the team news in a moment. Referee, blow your whistle. Let's get the start. Gone. Okay, there we're good. Right. How are we all doing? I'm sure we'll digest a little bit more about what's been going on soon, but I just want to get you the timer on the screen. There we go. Lovely stuff. That's fantastic. Let me get the stats carousel running for you as well, so you can see the starting lineups. Brilliant, super smashing, great. Right, we're up and running here. Yeah, interesting day, isn't it? I think the big key thing here is that Newcastle have gone third with 27 points, and Tottenham are currently in fourth with 26 points. Big gap. Man United 23rd, 23 points in fifth, 4 points off Newcastle, and 3 points off Spurs. Liverpool have got 16 points. They are 10 points behind Spurs, and they desperately need to win this game of football. If they don't, I think Liverpool would probably admit that they're probably out of the top four race. Get your comments in. I'm just going to go through the team news. Lloris, Dyer, Longley, Davies, Emerson Royale and Sessegnon, Bentancur, Basuma, Højbjerg, Perisic and Harry Kane. Very defensive Spurs looking side. Very defensive. His obsession with Emerson Royale frustrates me, and I'm not even a Spurs fan. Got a really itchy nose. Alisson, Trent, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Elliott, Thiago, Firmino, Nunez and Salah. I fancy Liverpool to win this. I predicted Arsenal would win away, and I predicted Liverpool would win away. They were my two big predictions today. Liverpool have got 2 games in hand, to be fair. They've got 1 on Spurs. They've got 1 in hand. So if they were to win today, that comes down to 7 points. Game in hand, they can bring it down to 4 points. Thank you, Fergus, for the lovely chat. Well, we're up and running now anyway. Thank for everyone for tuning in. Let me just put my tweet out. I forgot about that. And a big save by the Lloris there already. They'll show that back in a minute. Let's have a quick look at that. And it was Nunez with the shot. In down the left-hand side. Ridiculous angle. Went for it. Good shot. Mark, let's switch off and enjoy a good game of football. Park United for a couple of hours, says Treble Champ. Yeah, we've got the fan forum at 7 o'clock. I completely agree. Yeah, Liverpool have got to win this. Nunez, very good shot there. I'm not even a Spurs fan, but I despair at your boring nature of football. And I cannot subscribe to, well, we haven't got Son and Richarlison. You've been playing like it all season. This defensive football that you play, I just don't get it. But you are in 3rd place if you win. Mark, what are your thoughts on the multi-billionaire in the Kuwaiti royal family that is thinking of buying Aston Villa and spending billions, says FB? Well, I was on about this before. I think a lot of people treat Newcastle like they're underdogs. They're like, oh, it's great what Newcastle are doing. They're the richest club in the world. If they get Champions League football, they'll never leave. They will never leave, because when they've got Champions League football, they can offer silly money to players and they'll never leave. So the top 4 in England will be Newcastle, Man City, guaranteed every year. And then 2 spots for Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs. If Villa get in there, there'll be 1 spot for those 5. So that's the way football's going to happen, isn't it? These billionaire owners who get older clubs, whether it's Everton, Villa, Bournemouth, they get in the top 4. It's bye-bye traditional players. Bye-bye Liverpool, bye-bye Man United. We won't be getting in the top 4 anymore. You've got, and basically then the answer becomes you've got to have billionaire owners to level the playing field, as ridiculous it sounds. But Newcastle are doing fantastic. I think the impressive thing about Newcastle is they haven't yet got the squad that they will have, and yet they're still pushing people around, punishing people. Liverpool on the attack. I think Liverpool are going to be up for it today. Goes out for a goal kick. There's no names or numbers on the Spurs kit. Let me message. I'll sort that out. I'm not interested in the relegation battle either. Get rid of that. Top of the table's fine, but we don't need anything else. Almiron stepped up. I mean, Jack Grealish, I hope he has a good World Cup for England. I did really like him at Aston Villa, but imagine gobbing off about Almiron and what a prat you look like now. I haven't had my dinner yet. Don't talk about food. I've been on the game. I've been on the go since midday. Dinner's waiting for me, says Jamie W. Yeah, but I'm all right actually. I'm fine. I'm just looking forward to chilling out and watching a game of football now, and hopefully a good one. I think Liverpool will score first, and hopefully it will open it up a little bit. I like Sheffield Wednesday. I don't know what they're doing, but I like Sheffield Wednesday. Nunez is taking up some clever positions here at the moment, off the left-hand side. He looks up for it as well. I'm going to say right now, Nunez will score today. He looks up for it though, doesn't he? He looks proper up for it. Yeah, it's a fluid front three he's playing actually. It's almost like they're playing a 4-4-2. Liverpool. Salah's playing quite central. Firmino's sort of breaking from the false nine position. Nunez is drifting to the left and Salah's moving in a bit from the right. Ashish says, why are Arsenal playing well? Because they've got a coach who's been allowed to build his vision. They've got players who are adapting to that vision. And he's been given free rein to remove the players that he doesn't want and replace them. And it's not rocket science, but unfortunately, at a club like Manchester United, that's been hard to come by for a long time. I haven't had my roast yet, Alex. I've not stopped being live since midday. Who's going to win the Champions League, Alan? I think I predicted Bayern Munich as an outsider. Spurs on the attack, though. I mean, I'd like to see Spurs attack a bit today. What happened to Spurs? Spurs were always the team that were very inoffensive, that you never mind watching. You know, the days of like Gareth Bale and Van der Vaart and people like that. And now they've just become this really boring team. It's not the Spurs way. Conte's a very good manager, though. I think that's the big thing for me, Fletch. Spurs don't really have a pattern of play either. When you watch Man City or Newcastle or Arsenal, even United at times, Chelsea at times, you can see what they're trying to do. With Spurs, it's just pragmatism. Deprive the opposition of space, look to counter if you can. And I know people will say, well, that's what Conte's like. But they weren't like that for 6 months last year when he first came in. They had a brilliant front three. Kulusevski and Son and Kane, they were scoring loads of goals. This season, they seem to have changed. Bath says, I can't stand this World Cup over Christmas. Well, we're going to try and we will be covering the World Cup a lot on the on That's Football, so make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. But I think it's going to have massive ramifications for the Premier League. Money talks. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. It's all about them peas. I tweeted it the other day. I'll make a little prediction with you. There'll be a lot of players who go to the World Cup who get a 6-week injury sometime between January and March. I've got just a little break injury, you know. In fact, a lot of them will get genuine injuries from pure fatigue. But you can't expect a footballer to play 9 months, 3 games a week. You can't. Just smashed past 62 points on the FPL so far with 3 players in this game, hoping for 80 points, says Sean. Oh, I've quit now. I quit. I got quite far this year, but I've quit. Oh, I've just got to message my Villa friend now. Goal for Liverpool. I was looking away. There we go. And this is great for the game because Spurs part of the bus shit won't work anymore. It's Salah. Robertson with the cross. Nunez to Salah. Lovely assist. 1-0 Liverpool. There we go. We needed that early goal to open this game up. I'm no Liverpool fan, but God, if we're watching this together, we need an early goal for Liverpool to open this game up because Spurs' tactic is just going to be sit and park the bus. So for the joy of the game, the early goal opens it up a bit. And fair play Nunez, good pass into Salah. He took the shot. He made the goal. Right, that's good. Open up the game a bit now. I mean, what's Spurs' motivation? What's your motivation, Spurs? I used to do a bit of acting in my teens when I lived in Ireland, and they'd go, what's your motivation for this role? What's your angle? And I'm like, what's your motivation, Spurs, here? You are 4th in the league. You've been in the top 4 for the last 3 months. You're playing a team that wants one of your spots. They're beating you 1-0 at home. What are you going to do? What's your reaction to that? Are you going to react to that? Are you going to try and attack? Or are you just going to sit back and get dominated? But beyond the pragmatism of Spurs, by the way, you've then got the baffling team selections. I just don't get what... Did he actually scout Basuma? Do you know what Basuma's all about? What a ball into Salah here. They're in the attack. Did he scout Basuma? Does he think Basuma's a holding midfielder in a part of the bus team? Uncle Randy says all our attackers are injured. Mate, it's not like you've been playing bloody high line attacking football all season anyway. I mean, you're going to struggle without your attackers, I agree, but it's not like you play that sort of football anyway. But look, no, going back to Spurs, I look at their bench and, you know, Jed Spence isn't even on the bench today. Kulusevski's on the bench. I'd play Doherty over Emerson Royale every day of the week. Do I want Liverpool to win? Do I bollocks? No, I want a draw. I think a draw is best for United. I mean, I've just having a look at the Premier League table there. Let me get it up for you as well. I'll put it up on the screen so we can look together. Let's have a look together. So there's the Premier League as it stands at the moment. So Liverpool have got 19 points, which would put them 4 points behind United, having played the same amount of games. Chelsea on 21. Brighton, you can't ignore them. Man United. Yeah, I mean, the top two are running away with it, and then there's going to be a big battle for top four. And Spurs have just hit the post. I told you it would open up the game. Like a pack of cards. This game is open. Straight to Alisson. Good shot, good save. Well, look, Liverpool need to win today. Otherwise, I think their top four hopes are over. You can sense that mentality in Liverpool today. Obviously, if Spurs lose, they'll still be in a top four race. But they need to wake up. You know, Spurs remind... for Harry Kane, it must be like a busman's holiday, because Spurs remind me a lot of England. When they have to go for it, like they did against Marseille, they're not bad. But if it's 0-0, they just park the bus. It's only when they go behind, they go for it. And it should make it a better game now. This is the cross by Harry Kane. Keeper got a bit on Perisic's header. Ended up on the post. I think it hit him on the chin. Bit of a lucky save, says Mazza. No such thing as a lucky save. It's like that one that hit De Gea's head the other night. Went onto the bar. Please subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. This is Spurs Liverpool. It's been I wouldn't say it's been a super Sunday. Actually, it has, hasn't it? It's because I'm a United fan. Arsenal, very impressive against Chelsea. Newcastle destroyed Southampton. West Ham lost to Crystal Palace. Another Thursday night victim. And... of course, Man United got beat by Villa 3-1. But here we have Liverpool 1-0 up early doors against Tottenham, who have been better since they went 1-0 down. Thoughts on Bounty getting relegated, says Finn? I'm disgusted. Absolutely disgusted. Can't believe it. It is starting to get to that time of the year, though, isn't it, when you start to think about tins of celebrations, etc., etc. Bloody hungry, though. I'm not going to lie about that. Oh, Bounty's like pineapple on pizza. You know, bite it, don't fight it. You either like it or you don't. Quality Street are the best, yeah. Even in Quality Street, you end up with... what's the ones that gets left at the bottom of Quality Street? Orange creams and strawberry creams. Yeah, get rid of them. There's too many oranges in Quality Street. Roses. I haven't had roses for ages, Barnaby. Heroes. Heroes were good when they put Toblerone in it. Best thing is, you should be able to take the best one from each one. Purple ones are lovely. That's the biggest scam that people don't talk about, is that they give you more of the crap ones. It was never a penalty, Aaron. Sessegnon just went down. Shoulder barge. Never a pen. Spurs doing better since they've gone 1-0 down though, which is exactly why I said Liverpool scoring first was best for the game. It'll open it up. And we want to be entertained. You hit the nail on the head when you talk about Spurs, says James. Look, I'm no Spurs fan, but I've never had a problem with Spurs. I've always found them quite an entertaining team to watch. Whether it's the Glenn Hoddle days, the Pochettino days, the Harry Redknapp days, they've always been an entertaining team to watch. I know they don't win anything, but you've always been entertaining, and that's your identity. Now, in your quest to try and win something, is it worth losing your identity? And I don't think it is. I think we all want to be. We all want to win trophies as fans, but we also like the respect. Like, I get so many Arsenal fans who say to me, spot on, Goldbridge, I know you're not an Arsenal fan, but you were one of the few people who said that you can see what Arteta's doing and you stood by him and said he'll do a good job. But I didn't actually say do a good job. I said I could see what he was trying to do. There's no guarantees he was going to do it, but I could see it, and I said patience. And Arsenal fans are loving that. They're loving the fact that people are giving them credit. And we all deep down want to be respected by the world of football, because the world of football is massive. You might not be liked, but you want to be respected. And Spurs are just losing that whole, not respect, but Spurs have always been a team that's good to watch. Underdog maybe a lot of the time, but good to watch. They're just terrible to watch at the moment. And I know a few Spurs fans who are struggling with it. They're always going to back their team, they're always going to back their manager, and they'll give you a bit back. But I know that they're struggling with the whole identity crisis at the moment. Do you want to play like this and, grind? They hated what happened against Arsenal. Arsenal were just better than them. They finished above Arsenal last year, and they were better than Arsenal. This year, Arsenal are way better than them. And they are in the top four, but their football's atrocious. But what do Spurs do? They've got a really good manager. If Conte goes, where do you go next? I think Spurs are in a fragile position. Son's talking about he'd like a move. Harry Kane's been talking about a move for a long time. That's your two best players. The Spurs squad has become quite workmanlike. There's no number 10 in the Spurs team anymore, is there? And everyone's got a number 10. De Bruyne's, the Brunos, the Mason Mounts. Spurs don't have a number 10. You don't respect City, says Smith. That's bollocks. I mean, I literally said this is what City fans don't listen about. The league would be better with City out of it. The domination that City have makes the league unpalatable at times. But that doesn't mean that Pep Guardiola is not the best manager in the world and they haven't got some of the best football in the world. Like, nobody's disputing that. People respect Man City in relation to, how good they are. How they got there probably isn't respected. Tanvir makes a good point. Have City earned their respect, though? They've just bought it. Probably a good point. Wish I'd made it. But Spurs have been better since they've gone 1-0 down. Daniel says, I'm confused why people are surprised about the way Spurs are playing. This is exactly what Conte's did it with Chelsea when he won the league, relied on Hazard, Costa and Fabregas on the counter. I think the problem Spurs fans have got, and I suppose I'm not a Spurs fan, but the problem I've got is that I found Spurs very entertaining last year. I think Kulusevski, Son and Kane scored more goals as a front three than anybody else in the Premier League from January to May. There seems to be have been a change. Are you doing the Europa League watch along tomorrow? I'm doing the draw tomorrow. Yeah, it's at midday, isn't it? I won't do the Champions League. It hurts too much. Do you think Arsenal are going to win the league? I think when you go to Chelsea and win 1-0 and you deserve to win, That's a big indicator that you're a very big team. They obviously got beat by United. I watched that game. I don't think Arsenal got a lot wrong. They were very good. And on the day we beat them, I watched them against Southampton, and again, I think it was a point that Southampton deserved. I think the problem that Arsenal have got is they're a very good team, and if Man City weren't in the league, you'd say they're probably going to win the league. But I just don't see Man City being stoppable, really. My prediction is still Man City will win the league. Arsenal are title contenders, though. I think some people have struggled with that. I think we've heard people like Gary Neville and others say, I still expect them to drop off. They won't even admit that they're going to get top four. They are going to get top four. I mean, look, anything can happen, but if you roll the dice 10 times, Arsenal are getting top four 9 times. Of course, there could be a ridiculous collapse for loads of reasons, but I'm 90% sure they're getting top four because they deserve it. Because they're the best team in the league at the moment. So they will get top four. I don't think they'll win the league. But I do believe that they're the only credible... They are the only credible and deserving opposition to Manchester City. Do I think Newcastle will get top four? I think they've got a very good chance. Lovely ball into Sessegnon. But Konate's across. Really good recovery there. In behind Trent again. Newcastle's advantage is the chequebook they've got to spend with in January, which they will spend with. The return of Isaac and St Maximin. The fact that they're getting these results without them is sensational. And then the fact that they've not got Europa League football. So they get all week off. They can buy in January. And they've got 2 big players to come back. And they're playing fantastically well. Newcastle, for me, Newcastle are to top 4 what Arsenal are to the title race. People don't want to admit that Newcastle are top 4 contenders and that Arsenal are title contenders, but they are. Mark, where do you think Liverpool are going to finish, says Sood? Oh, well, I think Liverpool are going to get top 4. I do. I think Liverpool will get top 4. I still think Liverpool are a very good team. I think they've had a very bad start to the season. But you don't become a team that was going for a historic quadruple to a shit team in 4 months. So I still think that Liverpool will get top 4, which means there's only one spot for grabs. I think Liverpool will get top 4, Man City and Arsenal will get top 4, and there's one more left. Look, I'm not guaranteeing Liverpool will get top 4. That's just my prediction. But yeah. The return of 90% Bridge, says Aidan Matthews. I mean, it's always worth having a look at the next few fixtures, and I am going to straddle Christmas here. Yeehaw! No, I am going to straddle Christmas here because we've only got one Premier League fixture before Christmas now. So next 3 games is going to straddle Christmas and New Year. We're having a party. So next weekend you've got Man City at home to Brentford. Why are Man City always at home to shit? I've said this before. They always seem to be at home to Wigan. Liverpool home to Southampton, you'd expect them to win that. Arsenal away to Wolves, you'd expect them to win that. Chelsea Newcastle at 5:30 next Saturday is a massive game. That's a massive game. Newcastle Chelsea next Saturday. I'll do that as a watch along. That's huge. So Arsenal's next game is Wolves away. Man City are at home to Brighton, and then we hit the next game is Boxing Day, Christmas. You've got Arsenal against West Ham on Boxing Day at 8 o'clock. I'd fancy them to win that. You've got Man City are playing Leeds on the 28th. Arsenal away to Brighton on New Year's Eve. Oh, what a fucking horrible game that is. Imagine having to play at 5:30 on New Year's Eve. Oh, that is horrible. That is bloody horrible. I would hate that. Absolutely hate that. Brighton, Arsenal, 5:30 on New Year's Eve. Who's watching that? Anyway, they've got Brighton, obviously. Man City have got Everton at home. I mean, I just don't see where... what I'm looking at is when are Man City going to lose a game? I just don't know. Chelsea, Man City on the 5th of Jan. Arsenal Newcastle on the 3rd of Jan. That's a big game week. That is a big game week. That is a big game week. Yeah. What pizza do I like best? I love ham and pineapple pizza. I love a meat feast. There's not many pizzas I don't like actually. I like tuna and sweet corn. Proper tuna though, not tinned. I love anchovies on a pizza as well. I like barbecue chicken. Yeah, there's not many pizzas I don't like. Half an hour gone here. Anyway, let's get it back to the game. Spurs are trying their best. I mean, this is the problem with Spurs now. They've opened up a little bit, but they don't have enough attacking talent, do they? I mean, they've got Lucas Moura and Kulusevski on the bench, but how fit are they? Good play by Salah here. Good strength. Pineapple's like Marmites. It's like bounties. The amazing thing is, I fell out with that pineapple seller in Mallorca, and I like pineapple. It's one of life's real puzzlers. Thiago with a shot, well blocked. I tell you what I am going to miss this year, though. I love December fixtures. I love, like, the week before Christmas when there's football. And I'm sorry, a World Cup in Qatar ain't going to be the sort of football I'm talking about. I'm talking about dark nights, you know, Christmas lights, football. And why aren't we getting it? Because somebody high up somewhere wanted to make a load of money. And on top of that, we're going to destroy our Premier League because of it. Because players are going to be knackered. Imagine how many dodgy results there's going to be. I tell you what, if I was Brentford, Forest, Fulham, Bournemouth, I'd be rubbing my hands together for January to March. I'd be like, oh my God, we're going to feast. In fact, let's just have a salad for Christmas because we're going to be feasting from January to March. All these big clubs who are going to have to play 3 times a week and we're going to be playing 1 game a week. And our squads are so shit that we haven't got many people going to the World Cup. You know, you might be a Premier League team who's got hardly any players going to the World Cup. You're not in Europe. You are going to be so fit and so ready. There's going to be a catalogue of dodgy results after Christmas. Thoughts on Jadon Sancho, says the kid. Well, he's ill. Could have done with him fit today. I'm fed up with United players being out. Martial, most of the season missed. Jadon Sancho, he's missed a few games. Anthony's missed 3 in a row now. We've had so many bloody injuries already. And they're all, well, at least Sancho won't be going to the World Cup. Perisic has muscled Trent out the way there. Defensively, he's just not very good, is he? He's a bloody nightmare defensively, Trent, isn't he? He is. I mean, I think going forward he's brilliant, but it's just a blatant foul. Ten Hag trusted Lindelof not make the mistake again. Don't know what you're on about. United 95, I just won't read you out. You're basically Harry Maguire, and we all know you are, so I'm not going to read you out. I'm not talking about Man United anyway. I'm watching Liverpool play Spurs. So I've warned you. You can't say fairer than that. We need to spend in January, says Abraham. I think the flip side of that coin is everybody needs to spend in January. Where are these players coming from in January? I mean, some of the players you're going to buy will probably be tired. You need to buy players in January that have not gone to the World Cup and have not played in Europe. Fresh meat. That's a good ball out by Trent to the left-hand side. It's Nunez. 10 minutes to go to half-time. Nunez. Bad ball. Gets it back from Robertson. Firmino. Luis Diaz will be back after the World Cup, won't he? Salah's in the box here. Robertson with the cross. Comes to Trent on the far right-hand side. Tried the cross. Blocked. Who do I think is better, Son or Martinelli? I mean, come on. I think Martinelli's having a good season, but you know, Son won the Golden Boot last year. It's Son, I'm afraid. On form at the moment, you'd probably say Martinelli, but the better player is Son. It's like saying Callum Wilson's better than Harry Kane at the moment. He is on form, but Harry Kane's a better player. You can have form and overall quality, can't you? Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Liverpool winning 1-0 here against Spurs after 36 minutes. Good start by Liverpool, but Spurs obviously upped their urgency since they went 1-0 down, like they always bloody do. You wonder why they can't do it straight away. Harvey Elliott's a puzzler for me. What's the thoughts on Harvey Elliott? I mean, we've probably got a few Liverpool fans watching. I don't think he's bad. But is he going to be? Is he good enough to be a player for a team that's wanting to win major things? Good potential, says SK, but shouldn't be a starter. Oh, I forgot to mention what Liverpool's bench looked like, because obviously Harvey Elliott is starting, Konate is starting, but on their bench they do have Henderson, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Curtis Jones, Tsimikas, Ramsey, Carvalho, Gomez is on the bench as well. Presume Matip must be injured again. He's the future, says Sam. He's down injured at the moment. Elliott's better than Rashford, says Baby Yoda. Completely. I love these sort of opinions, isn't it? It's like saying De Gea's better than Salah. I mean, just completely different positions and there's no correlation. Are Liverpool aware there is no point in turning up against the big teams if you can't beat Notts or Leeds, says Connor. Of course, yeah. Liverpool beat Man City, then they lost to Forest and Leeds. Just looking back at the Salah goal here. It's very simple. Training ground goal, I say. Nunez shouldn't have the space. Neither player should have that space in the box, but it's a training ground goal. Nunez in the box, lays it off to Salah, one touch, bottom corner. Lovely stuff. Mohammed said that Newcastle players will also be well rested after the World Cup. Well, I don't know whether we've got any journalists watching, and I don't really want to do your job, but there's an article there that a lot of people would read. Who's got the least players going to the World Cup? Put respect on Nunez's name, says Ricardo. Exactly. He's my Arteta. Called it with Arteta when he was getting a load of stick. I said he'll turn it around. I can see what he's trying to do. And I'll keep saying it about Nunez. He will turn this around. Pally, the Christmas jumpers are being sent out. They are. And it's Salah. And it's 2-0. Right on half time. And what's your thoughts on Pokemon, Mark? Says Freddie. I'm straight. And we've got 2-0 to Liverpool. And it's Salah again. I didn't see the ball. I didn't see the pass, but Goldbridge has got this right. I said Arsenal. I said 2 away wins. Arsenal at Chelsea, Liverpool at Spurs. Oh, it's Eric Dyer. Oh my God, he's had a Tyrone Mings moment. It's definitely Minging. It's a long ball by Alisson, and Eric Dyer, under no pressure, tries to head it back to the keeper and does a Tyrone Mings that Salah just runs onto and makes it. Alisson's incredible. Well, it wasn't Alisson's pass. In fact, it was a bad pass by Alisson. It's Eric Dyer with a Dyer header back, and Salah just pops it over the advancing Lloris, and it's 2-0. And Spurs have got a lot of work to do in the second half. Two quality finishes by Mo Salah as well. I mean, God, the people that criticise Salah and think he's finished as well. I don't think Salah... I mean, talk about underrated. I really don't think Salah gets spoken about enough as one of the best players in the world. I actually said this. I said this a few weeks ago, and I actually got ridiculed for it. I said I'd take Salah over Neymar any day of the week. Oh my God. It's like I was saying I'd take Eric Dyer over Varane. Like... I genuinely do not understand why Mo Salah doesn't get thrown in the top 3 players in the world. Hardly ever. I think he's earned it. I think he is it. I don't know whether it's because he plays for Liverpool and Egypt. I mean, actually, playing for Liverpool shouldn't be the barrier. But if he was like Brazilian playing for Barcelona, he would be one of the best players in the world. I just don't think he gets called it enough. Weird. Thoughts on Southampton sacking Ralph? Have they done it? Alex? As a Newcastle fan, this is a great day for us, says Darren. Yep, they're doing very well. I don't know whether that's been confirmed. I knew it was on the... I haven't seen any headline that he's been sacked. I know there's been rumours about it for a while. I don't know whether he actually has been sacked. Well, Spurs have got a lot of work to do here. Oh, it's going to be a good roast when I get it, Mike. I'm enjoying this game because I think it's not at Anfield. It's at Spurs, isn't it? So they're either going to get absolutely hammered or they're going to have to come out second half and do something. So I feel like Goldbridge ball is in gear because I've been saying about this. I said this about. I did a video on this channel. Go to the homepage, Spurs in crisis, and I got a load of stick for it, and I can see it. I don't want to be that person. I got it right about Arteta. Sometimes, as when you're not a supporter of a club, you can see things that maybe supporters of that club are too loyal to see. And I think Spurs are a club in crisis. You were very lucky to get out of that group in the Champions League, and you're very lucky to be in that draw tomorrow. And I think you're going to get found out in the top 4. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And I think Spurs are a bit like United as well. I think Spurs haven't got the squad to deal with the amount of football that this World Cup's going to... In fact, Spurs are very similar to Manchester United because a lot of that Spurs team's going to the World Cup as well. I don't think they've got the squad to play 3 times a week for 5 months after the World Cup. And I think they've also probably peaked too soon. They've been a bit lucky. They grinded out a lot of results to get into the top four with counter-attacking football. I think they're going to get. I think they've been found out already. So, you know, and like I say, Spurs are not an offensive side to me. Literally, they're not offensive. They're defensive. But no, I don't mind Spurs, but they're bloody boring to watch. And it's not our problem. It's your problem. What are you going to do in the second half? What's Conte going to do in the second half? You're at home against a team that if you don't lose to them, you can basically probably put them out of the top four race, and they've rolled up, 2-0 up and cruising. Do I think Salah's better than Neymar? I think Neymar's a better talent, but I'd pick Salah. For me, Salah and Neymar's like Ronaldo and Messi. Messi's the better talent, but I always preferred Ronaldo. We're talking prime players here. Yeah, I mean, well, let's do a quick poll, actually. I mean, I pretty much know what the answer's going to be, but either or. Oh, we should do something at half-time. We should do like a tournament thing of something. A topic that's got 8 things in. That's always what I like to do. I can't think of what we could do. It's half-time already. And we haven't got a topic. Have a think of one. What can we do? What can we do? I don't know, mate. Right, it is 2-0 to Liverpool at half-time. Anyway, let me stop the clock, reset. I mean, effectively, Spurs are so predictably boring, I'm afraid. You could see it coming a mile off. They've come into this game, they've parked the bus. 5 defenders, 4 midfielders and Harry Kane up front, and they're 2-0 down. Let me just put that out. What do they do in the second half? I would say they've got to try and attack. I don't know whether they know how to or remember how to do that. But yeah, I mean, look, I predicted Liverpool would win this, and I thoroughly expect them to win it. I think it could get embarrassing. I don't see why Liverpool should take their foot off the pedal either. Athletic reported Ralph sacking. This is your chance to take Goldbridge ball to the top half of the table, says Alex. Hey, don't forget, Football Manager's out on Tuesday. I've got a copy of the game. I've been doing a lot of setup over the last couple of days. I'm ready to go. Thursday's going to be my first stream. And yeah, you can check that out on Twitch. Goldbridge ball up and running on Football Manager. I've got some interesting players coming in and some interesting backroom appointment. And I ain't starting in the Prem. I'm going to prove how good I am. I'm starting down in the National League. Mark, is there a creator and do you consider yourself a religious person, says FB? Do you believe in afterlife and life after death? I don't know, is the honest answer. I don't know. Salah's actually got 51% of the vote over Neymar. I'm glad that it's a close vote. I am glad that it's a close vote. I do think the difference between Neymar and Salah is the same as Ronaldo and Messi, and I think it should be a debate, and it should be close. Where do you go when you get relegated from the National League, says Scooby? I don't know, because it won't happen. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, starts on Tuesday. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to start off with a Tuesday evening stream as well, because I know a lot of people work and stuff, so I have something to look forward to. I think I'm going to do United Stand a little bit earlier at 7, and then go straight on to Football Manager at about 7:30 and do a good couple of hours. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Do you think you could do a better job than Southgate? I'm not going to say I can do a better job than Southgate, because I'm not even managing at the high level, but I could do a better job than Southgate. In fact, I know I'd do a better job than Southgate. Has anybody got a topic point that we can do of 4 things or 8 things where we can go semi-final, final, poll, head-to-head? That's what I want to do. Or we can just do some either-ors. I don't mind doing that. What team am I going to be? Well, you'll find out on Tuesday, but a lot of people will probably predict it anyway. World Cup managers. I can't even think who the World Cup managers are to do that. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. You're very welcome. I tell you what, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. We could do Champions League because we're just about to have the draw. So if I said the Champions League top 8 contenders, who would you say they are? Obviously, I think you've got Bayern, City, PSG are always in there, aren't they, as well? You'd have to put Liverpool in there. Who would you say the next best 4 after them? Well, you've got to put Napoli in. You've got to put Napoli in, haven't you? Napoli, Real Madrid, obviously. Can't put Barcelona in there. I need 2 more. This is going to be good. Benfica? Do you think Benfica? Not Chelsea. I don't think Chelsea. No. We put Benfica in there. A lot of people are saying about them. Inter. PSG are already in. AC Milan, no. Chelsea beat them twice. If we're not putting Chelsea in, we can't put them in. Let's put Inter in just for a little bit of diversity. Right, okay, let's do that then. Champions League winner. This is going to be good. Let's go. Could do current Wonder Kids. No, not doing that. Thanks for the suggestion though, Oliver. Right, so Champions League winner. Okay, so we've got our first quarter-final, and it's going to be Bayern like a lion versus Benfica. I nearly put... Okay, so Bayern, Benfica. There you go, first quarter-final. Let's whiz into it. I've done the World Cup before. The trouble, we might do a World Cup poll, but the problem with we did a World Cup poll before, and it always ends up Argentina, Brazil, and then people just pick Brazil. Like everybody is obsessed with Barcelona, with Brazil or Argentina winning the World Cup. So, yeah. Bayern against Benfica. So a lot of people said put Benfica in there, and Bayern have just smashed them. So that's an easy start. Bayern are through. I like these when it's quick. That's what she said. She doesn't. Okay, next one we've got Man City. This is quite a good one actually. It's just the way that when it's gone. Man City. Come on, Man City versus Real Madrid, the holders. Who goes through? Man City or Real Madrid? Get your votes in. This is a cracking little poll here. Thanks everyone for subscribing, by the way. You can do that bottom right hand corner. Get involved. Got loads of content coming up for you over the World Cup and over the next week or so. So make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Apparently, Athletic have put a scoop out there that Southampton have decided to sack Ralph Hasenhüttl. I knew it was on the agenda for quite a while. So, look, it's probably about time. He's been there quite a while. I don't mind Hasenhüttl. I think he'll get another job elsewhere. I think Southampton's a very difficult job to do. What are your thoughts on him being sacked, everybody? Yeah, I think he's a good coach, but I think at Southampton he's probably... I think sometimes you can get sacked because it's just time to move on. You've done about as much as you can do. So, Mark, Arsenal's football is like the tiki-taka of Pep's Barcelona. One touch and Samba combined, says Zane. Okay. Looks like Real Madrid are going to knock Man City out. This is the problem Man City have. They can't win polls because they haven't got enough fans. It's the biggest problem. Like, you've got a brilliant manager, brilliant team, loads of titles, but you can't win polls because you haven't got enough fans to vote for you. You can't buy respect. You've got to earn it, and no one respects you to vote for you. So you just can't win the polls. Really, Man City, you'd expect to beat Real Madrid, wouldn't you? But they can't. They haven't got enough respect. No one respects them enough to vote for them. It's a genuine problem. Man City, Real Madrid, and it's 59% to 41%. That should be 52% Man City. That should. Yeah. Apparently the MLS Cup final was amazing. Let's end the poll. It's just getting embarrassing. It's getting more. 60% now. Oh, let's keep it open. It's the only way. It's the only thing Man City lose these days. Come on, Real Madrid, whack it up to 70. Looks like Real Madrid are going through anyway. Bye-bye, City. No Champions League for you again. You're out. Next one. This is a good one. This is almost too good to be a quarter-final. Can I change it? Oh, no, it's not. It's all right. This is fine. I read it wrong. PSG, Napoli. Who's going to win the Champions League out of those two in the quarter-final? There you go. Oh, this is good. I like this. I think this is the best one we've done for ages. I like these. Quarter-final number 3, PSG versus Napoli. I need to start thinking about what I'd like for Christmas, you know. Portal from Facebook for £40. What's that all about? It's close, PSG and Napoli. Obviously, PSG with Mbappe and Messi and Neymar and Donnarumma and Verratti. And then you've got Napoli with Kvaratskhelia and Osimhen. My mind's gone blank. I should know more than that. What's the name of that midfielder? He's brilliant. I can't remember what his bloody name is. African midfielder. I think he's going to the World Cup. I can't think of his name. Zielinski, yeah. Anguissa, that's it, yeah. Looks like PSG are going to win this. It's close. 53% PSG, 47% Napoli. They've been everybody's favourite, Napoli, haven't they? But could they really win the Champions League? Do you think Ben White should go to the World Cup? Damn right, LJ. And you're obsessed with City, Mark. Always the same jokes, says United Jack. No, I'm not obsessed. Keep the votes coming in. It's quite close. Could do the Europa League next, says Safe. Yeah, we could. Europa League draw for Man United. I think I'll have to give it to PSG. It's locked on 52% to 48%, and it has been for quite a while. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and it's gone up to 53%. So PSG, there you go. PSG knocked Napoli out. It was a valiant effort, but PSG get the vote, which means our final quarter-final for Champions League is Liverpool against Inter. I think I know the result for this. What I don't want to see in the chat is why aren't Spurs in it? You're lucky to be in the real thing. Yeah, it's an easy win for Liverpool as expected. Not as dominant as the Bayern one, but yeah. 69%. It's not a massive win. I might keep it open for a bit. There must be a few intervens coming in. We have got the fan forum on the United stand at 7 o'clock tonight. 7 o'clock tonight. Spurs' best chance of a trophy would have been in the Europa League. Even that, I think even that would have been hard for them this year, though. Okay, so let's move to the semi-finals because the second half's going to start soon. Start a poll. Okay, so we've got first semi-final, Bayern versus Real Madrid. Ooh, what a semi-final. This is what I like about the Champions League. When you hit the knockout stage, you can get some really big games. How will they be? How will the Champions League be impacted by the World Cup, though? Will the quality of the Champions League drop off a cliff with everyone so tired? Ajax are losing 2-0 to PSV. I reckon that manager might get the sack, you know. I don't think he's massively popular. Real Madrid have taken an early lead here. Right, here we are, coming back for the second half. Spurs need to do something. Mark, have you had a chance to listen to the podcast you did with Ben Foster yet? Looking forward to more content like that, says Pally. I haven't really. I sort of have, but I haven't, if that makes sense. I think we'll have to knock Bayern out here. 52% for Real, 48% for Bayern. I'm just going to count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's Madrid who go through to the final. My prediction, Bayern are out. See, I didn't sway the boat there. Fair bridge. And our final semi-final is going to be Liverpool and was it PSG? It was. Go. Second half's just about to start. I've gone with Bayern Munich to win the title, to win the Champions League this year. I felt it was a bit of an edgy pick, to be honest. I don't actually think they're favourites to do it. At some point, City are going to do it. I'm just warning you, at some point, Man City are going to win the Champions League. Of course they will. Money always wins through in the end. It will grind you down. Look at the Great British Bake Off. It used to be on BBC. Everyone loved it with Mary Berry. Channel 4 came in with all their money and everyone was like, no one will watch it anymore. Still massively popular. Made the money move. Money wins in the end. And we're off for the second half here. Mark, can you do an impression of Emery, please? No, Molly, I can't. PSG have taken an early lead here against Liverpool. 57% to Liverpool. Right, Spurs have got to come out in the second half, haven't they? They've properly got to come out in the second half. Not a bad cross by Emerson, but easy header away, and it's gone for a corner. It's actually going up, so it's PSG who go through to the final. 58% for PSG. I agree with Jacob. I think people massively overrate PSG. I just do not get the PSG love, but they have had a lot of good votes. I think Napoli would beat PSG at the moment, and I definitely think Liverpool would beat PSG at the moment. But they are. There's something about, maybe it's the Messi thing, maybe it's that, but they are massively overrated. They play in a Farmers League, and they're not even that good in the Champions League. Okay, so Real Madrid, PSG final. I tell you what, if this is the final, I'll be stunned. Absolutely stunned. Mo Salah running down the wing. Love you, Mark, says Muller. Thank you very much for the super chat. PSG are smashing people. What do you mean? What are they doing? What do they do? Drive around in their bus, pull up into the nearest farm field, get 11 farmers and their wives and smash them 10-0. Oh, finally, PSG are getting smashed in the final. Real Madrid, 74%. Can Spurs get back into this? Look, 2-0 is always a dangerous scoreline. My inclination is that Liverpool will win this 3 or 4-0. But hopefully Spurs can make a game of it. Real Madrid have won the final, 74%. There's no point in hanging around. It's not even coming down. PSG smashed. Real Madrid win it. Interesting. I think I'm never going to write Real Madrid off. Not after last year. What's happening with Chelsea, Mark, says SP? I think they're going through transition. I looked at their starting 11 today and I was like, I don't think that team's good enough to beat Arsenal. Even though you're at home, I was like, oh, I thought it was a goal there. Good corner from Spurs. I think it was a flicked header by Dyer, but it looked better on the camera than it was in real life. Yeah, easy save by Alisson, really. Not enough power on it. He almost shouldered it. I think if he'd got his head on it, it would have been a goal. Well, it's a good start by Spurs. Sessegnon! Oh, he's at the bar. Can't believe it. This is a better start by Spurs in the second half. Sessegnon cut it back and Perisic hit the bar. He can't believe it. He can't believe it. So good from Spurs. We want to see some of this. A bit of a reaction in the second half. Apparently, Alisson's got more assists than Grealish. I did say it was a big season for Grealish, £100 million. You can't hide from that. Sometimes it's not the player's fault, I know, but a lot of money. Eric Dyer with a cross. That's a corner. Cleared away. Yeah, as I say, 2-0 is a dangerous score. And of course, Spurs are the home side. So if they could get one, you get the crowd behind you. It's a long way to the 90th minute. So, yeah, I think a lot of people misjudge 2-0, don't they? And anyone else think that Darwin Núñez is the love child of Harry Kewell and Andy Carroll, says Sean. Oh, God, another good shot there from Sessegnon, just wide. Does seem like the top four changes every week, but I do believe that Arsenal, City will fight for the title and Newcastle and United to finish third and fourth, says NA. Definitely think Liverpool will get top four. I don't know why people are writing Liverpool off. I just don't get why people don't think Liverpool are going to do it. I mean, look at the Premier League table when it comes round. Is it on your screen? I don't think it is. I think it's stuck on the stats. Let me get the table on the screen. There we go. So look at the league table there. Now Liverpool would have 19 points tonight. That would put them 2 points off Chelsea, 2 points off Brighton, and 4 points off Manchester United. And they'd have a game in hand on Newcastle and Tottenham. So if they win their game in hand, they'd be on 22 points tonight. They're not having their game in hand. But you know what I mean. Imagine they've won their game in hand. 22 points. That puts them 5 points off Newcastle and 4 points off Spurs. So I don't know why people are writing Liverpool off. Be good if Spurs let in 6 more and their fans leave early so I can actually park near my house, says Salim. I love Salim. He always tells us about that. Yeah, I don't think... I don't think Liverpool are out of it at all. I do think that Liverpool are going to have to buy in January, though. They've got a lot of players going to the World Cup. Do you think United will be in the Champions League next year? This is hard to say. Chelsea have bought around £500 million in the past 3 years, and I don't see them getting hate. Pep won 100 points with that spend, and that were his big spending years, says Grealish. And do you think we might get another consecutive year in the Europa League, or maybe we're going to the Champions League, Conference League this season, says Jack. Mark, why do you think if Newcastle get top 4, the league will be over? Says Colin. No, what I said is, if Newcastle get top 4, they'll never ever come out of the top 4 again. It's like Man City, because they're 2 billionaire clubs. So if Man City and Newcastle are in the top 4, there's only 2 spots available for everybody else. That's what I said. Do I think Liverpool will get Bellingham? There's a load. Look, all I can tell you is there's a lot of confidence that they will. Núñez, don't let him on his right. Salah! Oh, he should have scored. Put it on a plate for a hat-trick. Big chance there. Should have scored. Oh, he should have scored this. Lovely play by Núñez. I think everyone thought he was going to shoot, and he didn't shoot. Could have been the game there. I think they've been. I just wonder how fit Kulusevski is, because I would certainly get him on in a game like this, and Lucas Moura. Interesting quote here that you might have read from Qatar's foreign minister has told Sky News, people cannot accept a small country from the Middle East hosting the World Cup, and those criticising the tournament are arrogant. No, I actually think people are criticising the tournament for many reasons, and many of those reasons are actually valid. One of the big reasons I am criticising the World Cup is because you've taken a tournament that's always been played in the summer and stuck it smack in the middle of our season, destroying the festive fixtures and causing players to have to play a massive and unrealistic amount of football that is going to have a detrimental effect on everybody's season, 3 games a week. So, you know, I don't think it's to do with you being a little country. I also think that you got the tournament on very dubious grounds. I mean, why you got the tournament in the first place is up for scrutiny, and how you got that tournament to be played in November is even more under scrutiny. So no, you can jog on with your whole people are arrogant and ill-informed. We can all see the problem of the World Cup, and a lot of it, I mean, obviously, let's not forget, there's a lot of human rights issues there, but on a footballing level, it's absolutely disgusting to have a Christmas World Cup which is going to mess up. I mean, we've had to do all of the Champions League games by the start of November. They don't normally get done till the middle of December. Ridiculous amount of football that you're forcing players to have to play. And look, players get rewarded for it. They get recompense. They earn their wages. But the fans have to suffer with results like today that I've seen Manchester United, you know, basically running around knackered, because they're having to play so much bloody football. You know, the consumer then has to consume low value goods. I can't wait for the next World Cup. I can't wait for the next World Cup. Canada, USA, and Mexico. That'll be a good World Cup. And look, you know, maybe the Qatar World Cup will be good. I don't know. I mean, I like the World Cup. I'm not boycotting the World Cup. It's happening. We can't do anything about it. Do I have major concerns about where it's happening, why it's happening, and the impact it's going to have? 100%. And I'll be very, very surprised if I'm wrong. But for me, the World Cup should be in the summer, at the end of the season, in the summer, when everyone can, you know, when everyone knows it's going to be, where all the players and managers know it's going to be, and it's not going to mess up your season. Mark, do you think England deserve 5-6 spots in the Champions League, says Perrick Klassen? Spurs on the attack here again. You feel they need to score soon. Then again, Liverpool's defence, I mean, I say they've got to score soon. The one thing you've got to keep in the back of your mind is that Liverpool's defence has not been very good this year, and it won't be very confident either. So if they can get one back, I don't think the game's over. Basuma. Nice ball into Emerson, let it go. Cross comes in, well over hit. Ben Tucker. Thoughts on Jacob Ramsey, says Will. You know what? I was talking about him just before the game tonight and this afternoon for United, and I said we played Villa twice last year in January, and he was brilliant. And then this season, he's not been very good for Villa. And I was like, you know what? New manager, he'll probably have a good game today, and he did. Good player, really good player. Seems to always play well against United. Maybe we should buy him. When's Conte's contract up at Spurs, Scott? Scott saying, do you think he'll sign a new contract? We're only 200 subscribers away from 803,000, by the way. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with That's Football. Nunez has done well here. Slips in Salah. I don't know whether he's onside. He's missed anyway. Oh, Conte's contract's up in 2023. I think he's gone in 2023 then. Yeah. I mean, I'm not 100% on that. But I've never got the feeling that Conte's completely happy at Spurs. And I'm not 100% convinced that Spurs fans will be happy with what's going on. I think he'll go back to Italy. But I don't agree with Conte is a defensive coach. I think he can play many different ways. And I think that they've played just very defensive this season. Spurs are having to push up a bit here. There is the chance of a Liverpool break at some point. I know that Conte said he wants to buy some players in January though, so will they go for loans again? I mean, isn't Spurs director of football Italian as well? I did predict Darwin Nunez to score tonight, Zach. I don't think he'll score a hat-trick, but I did predict he would score. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing the Football Manager streams. Don't miss them on Tuesday night on Goldbridge TV, Twitch. Very excited for it. Here's Nunez on the right-hand side. Still plenty left in this game. Thiago goes for a shot just wide. Son will leave. He'll go to Barca, says Kelly. What's the situation with Son's contract? Let's have a look. 2025. Yeah, so he's got quite a lot left on it. It's hard to get out of Spurs when you're under contract, as Harry Kane knows. Katie says it'll be 3-0 full time. Trust me. I don't distrust you. I think you might be quite right on that. You might end up being right on that one. Spurs are pushing though, but he's just not making any attacking subs. You're trying to score goals with, basically Perisic and Kane. Good cross. Oh, why did you not get the shout there? Sessegnon's on the back post unmarked, and Harry Kane tries to win the header. You should have had a shout. Mark, name your England World Cup squad, says Hugh. Name yours. Name yours. I don't know. When will that get named anyway? That must be soon. I might upload the Football Manager highlights on here. I don't know whether people would want to watch them. 9th of November. He's doing the World Cup squad. Oh, Salah was in there. Hey, Christmas film watch-along sounds good, Harry. Trouble is, World Cup. It's going to ruin all of that. Will Haaland win the golden boot, says Dennis. Does a bear shit in the woods? Of course he's going to win the golden boot. We all know that. I'm doing a watch-along for the Europa League draw tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to be about to do the Champions League draw because I've got to... I don't think I'll be about to do it. So I can't commit to that one. Right, he's making a sub now. Kulusevski's coming on. And Doherty's coming on. Surprising. When did you play Football Manager? I'm starting on Tuesday. I have done it before. It took me about 2 hours to get set for Tuesday, though. As a Tottenham fan, because reason why we can't win in England, because economically can't match league rivals, Tottenham have the 6th highest wage bill, says Hay. We've got the fan forum on the United stand at 7 o'clock. Yep. I'm losing track of time. 6. It's 6 o'clock now, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not doing Man United on Football Manager, no. Football Manager is so much better when you don't do the top clubs. Anyway, that's the whole point about Football Manager is it's a sim, isn't it? It's a real test of your managerial ability. So, if you start with a lower level club and do well, then that's really what it's all about, you know. Especially after YouTube All Stars. If I do well on my Football Manager save, there'll be a lot of clubs looking at it and going, wow, he's done it in real life with YouTube All Stars and now he's done it on Football Manager. Goats appreciate goats. Right, Kulusevski's on for Spurs. Big round of applause. He's been a good signing for them. Of course, he's not going to the World Cup because Sweden aren't. So, I'll tell you what, that'd be very interesting. Would Kulusevski be back now if he was going to the World Cup? I read this about Memphis Depay the other day. There was some sort of rumours going around that Barcelona think he's been delaying coming back from his injury so that he's okay for the World Cup. Now, I don't know any truth behind that, but Kulusevski, Spurs have got, 2 games and then the World Cup happens. Would you come back? Yeah, I will be streaming it on Football Manager on Twitch, Big Ear. Would you come back? What watch-alongs are you doing next week, Mark, says Man City fan? I'll have a look now. What are the long-term chances of Arsenal in the next few years? They're very good. Very good. Very good base. Got some good young players. Great goal, Harry Kane. Very good goal. This is open now. I told you. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. It's a very good finish. And we're set up now for a very good end now. Now then. Took it well. Quality of Harry Kane here. Doherty with the ball. Kulusevski with the assist. And Harry Kane with the finish. I mean, that's instant impact, isn't it? That is what you call instant impact. Doherty sub to Kulusevski sub to Kane goal. They've missed Kulusevski. He's a top player. It's a lovely finish by Harry Kane as well. Right from that angle to hit the side netting. Always say that as a striker. Hit the side netting. 2-1. 20 minutes to go. Instant impact. It's going to be an exciting 20 minutes now. Oh, something's going on. Yellow card for Conte. It's all getting a bit tense down there. I really like Kulusevski. I think he's a really good player. Conte. So Conte ran over and whacked the ball out of an assistant coach of Liverpool's hand. I do like Conte. Yeah, Liverpool now, this is the thing. 2-0, dangerous score in football. And they will be thinking now, Liverpool, bloody hell, we need to win this game. And Spurs have got the momentum and they're the home team with 20 minutes to go. A point would be a good point for Spurs. It'd be a terrible point for Liverpool. They need to win. But Spurs have been knocking, let's be fair. Second half, they have been knocking. Mark, I think our best midfield is Fred and Casemiro with either Bruno or Eriksen as the cam. I don't disagree with your marketing, James. I think that I was mentioning that on the watch-along today. I think this. I know Eriksen's tired, but I also think the experiment might be reaching its conclusion. The problem with Eriksen, I don't think he's an 8. He's an 8. I don't think he's got the physicality. Oh, sorry, we've been stuck on the league table for ages. You just need to tell me and I'll change it. Stats carousel. There we go. Liverpool have still got the most possession. But Spurs coming back into it. Are you still playing FIFA, Mark? Yep, tomorrow. Ali? We'll finish the season tomorrow. Oh, God, yeah. I stormed off, didn't I, on Friday? I forgot about that. What do I think about Vlahovic? I think he needs to leave Juventus. Come to the Prem. He was going to go to Arsenal, really wanted him, actually. 18 minutes to go for Spurs to get something out of this. Liverpool haven't really been able to offer that much second half. Obviously been looking to play on the counter by design. Ten Hag is apparently fuming at Lindelof, says United 95. Complete speculation. Double substitution here for Liverpool. Henderson coming on for Firmino. And Curtis Jones coming on as well. Curtis Jones will probably come on for Firmino, to be fair. Yeah, he is. Henderson will come on for Harvey Elliott. What are we thinking then, people? It's a pretty important last 15 minutes here. If Spurs can get the point, It makes it very difficult. Wow, look at that. They're wanting a penalty here. But Konate's hurt his leg. You can't be injured again. Robertson saying, come on, get up. He's running with Kane. Oh, he gets kicked on the back of the ankle. Yeah. Well, it's not a penalty because Harry Kane kicks him. Bam, 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 bam. He's up. Konate's up. It's been very injury prone, Konate. He was very injury prone before he came to Liverpool at Leipzig as well. It's the one area Liverpool seem to pick up a lot of injuries, isn't it? Centre back. Like Salah's never injured. Please subscribe, by the way. We're only 100 away from 803,000. Get involved with That's Football. You're all very, very welcome. Spurs have had 58% possession in the second half. Hi Mark, I'm an Arsenal fan. Do you think there is a chance Arsenal collapse so much that they end up being outside the top four, says Ali? Not a chance in the world. No chance. No chance. You've got 34 points and 5th place is 11 points behind you. So, yeah, I can't see you shipping 11 points. Especially when points on the board is the most important thing, because what's the biggest danger in the second half of the season? Fatigue, and United are going to be playing 3 games a week for 5 months. Chelsea are going to be playing 3 games a week. So who's going to catch you? I can't see it. I can't see it. It would be a collapse of epic proportions if Arsenal didn't get top 4, because they totally deserve to be in a title race. But in relation to top 4, this is a massive last 15 minutes here. Liverpool have got to win, and they've gone and got themselves in that mindset of panic, of let's try and defend it out. And this is how football's really weird, because normally Spurs just try and defend it out from minute 1. They're 2-0 down, they've had to attack a bit, and now Liverpool are 2-0 up, and they're thinking, we want to attack. We'll defend. So it should be just Spurs attacking unless Liverpool can get something on the counter, which they haven't really looked like doing all half. And then this must be the frustrating thing for Spurs fans, because when it's 0-0, they're the most defensive, boring side in the world. But when they're losing, they go for it. They did it against Marseille the other night. They're actually quite a good team. When they attack, they're quite good, but they don't. It's a bit like what England did against Germany in that friendly. They're 2-0 down, they're rubbish, then they just go for it, and it's suddenly good. Who do I think will win the World Cup, Christopher? I'm still going to stick with France, but I certainly think it will be a European team. But I actually quite like the idea of a South American team winning it, because we haven't had anybody win it since 2002 outside of Europe. So for a World Cup, I think it would be nice for a team to win it outside of Europe. But I think a lot of people are putting a lot of things on Brazil and Argentina, and you just don't know. It's a bit like saying Napoli are going to win the Champions League. They're doing very, very well, but when it comes down to it, is Italian Serie A football good enough to beat Premier League, La Liga? Oh, it was a corner for Liverpool Spurs, and Lenglet, or Longley as I call him, Langley, free header, front post, heads it over. It's a big chance. It was a big chance. What about the Netherlands? see them really. I mean, you can't write teams off. But I don't really think they've got the quality. I mean, they got to the final in 2010, didn't they? I mean, God, England could get to the final. They could. I don't think they will, but they could. They could. You just don't know. I don't think Belgium are dark horses anymore, Sean. I think that they don't. I know what you mean. Probably about 8 years ago, they had an amazing squad, but I don't really think they've got it now. My eyes are transfixed on this game at the moment. It's huge. It's so big. That's what she said. But it is so big in the top four race. If Spurs can maintain that 10-point gap over Liverpool, that's a big gap. Denmark would be. I agree with Vias. I think Denmark are a big dark horse, and some people are saying Serbia as well. I don't know. I always used to like it when Mexico rolled up to the World Cup, and they were always quite good. But apparently they're not that good this year. Gakpo is the wrong move. Another left winger. We have so many left wingers. Players such as Rashi, Martial, Sancho. We need a striker, not another converted winger, says Neon. Nice ball in down the flank here. Nunez. He's had quite a good game, Nunez. I don't think he's going to get the goal I thought he would, but there's still 10 minutes. Mark. There we go. Oh, he's hit the bar. I was just about to say, there's the goal for Nunez. He hits the bar. In the box. Bit of work to do. Robertson. It's Thiago with the pass. He might have just been marginally offside. He would have been offside. He would have been offside. He would have been offside. Still should have scored, but he would have been offside. We're 70 subscribers away from 803,000. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. You're very welcome. Oh, another header for Spurs, straight at the keeper. They're pushing, they're getting closer and closer. Seven minutes to go. I'm fixated by the league table. I'm just trying to figure things out, but sometimes you just got to let it go. Remember, there's only one more round of Premier League fixtures before the break for the World Cup. Somebody actually asked me that. What watch-alongs are you going to do this week? I'm not massively interested in the Carabao Cup. I'll be honest with you. I know it's Carabao Cup week and it's all a bit of a crap, but I might just do Man City Chelsea on Wednesday because that's quite a big game, isn't it? Obviously, I'll do Man United on Thursday because they're playing Villa. Man City Chelsea probably do that on Wednesday night. Obviously, I'll do Man United Villa on the United Stand. And then just looking at next weekend, Man United are playing Fulham on the Sunday at 4:30, so I'll do that on United Stand. That's the last Premier League game before the World Cup. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing. But the Saturday it's got 9 games on it. 8 games. 8 games. Newcastle Chelsea at 5:30 looks like a really good game. I'll probably do that. Yeah, probably do Newcastle Chelsea at 5:30. Might do 3 o'clock. Liverpool are playing at Sam. Nah, probably not. Tottenham Leeds, that might be quite close. 5 minutes to go of normal time. There'll be a bit of added on time here. Yeah, 3 p.m. games aren't bad next week. Might do them, but it's running through then, isn't it? 2-1. 5 minutes to go. Spurs do play like the England national team, Takatso. I agree. I think Harry Kane must, is he picking the tactics, or is he just depressed? I mean, Harry Kane must think, how much of Harry Kane's career has he spent playing in a team that's defensive? Imagine Harry Kane playing for a team that actually attacks. So you can understand why I might think about going to somewhere like Bayern Munich. I mean, look, Man United's not the right move. We don't create many chances either. I think Leeds at Spurs next Saturday afternoon is one I'm calling out like Jamie W. I think that's one I'd say, you know what, that might be I mean, you put Spurs as favourites, but Leeds might just fancy that. Spurs are still pushing here, though. I think their best chances are crosses into the box, and they've been putting plenty in. Oh, that goes out for a goal kick. Kane could have gone to City. Well, I don't think he could. They wanted him, but the money, they didn't want to pay the money. They don't want to pay the money. That's the problem. They want things, but they don't want to pay for it. And if you don't want to pay money, you're not going to get it. Hypothetical question, says Daniel. Would you rather be stuck in a lift with Phil Jones or the pineapple salesman? Well, Phil Jones, he's probably not a bad guy. The pineapple seller worries me. He had a knife in his hand. I think he was unstable. I've played the game, NG. I've played the game. Yeah, I am doing the Ben Foster football fill-in tomorrow. Can't wait for that. After a Man United loss. Love it. I tell you what. It's not easy. SD says, I just scored a worldie with Anthony on FIFA, says SD. Erkin says, people are sleeping on Portugal. They're going to win it. Still 3 minutes to go here. Liverpool still looking for that counter that's just never come. Odd behaviour from Arsenal. From Liverpool in the second half. I've got a roast dinner for my dinner, and I've got some sticky toffee pudding, something for pudding as well. Oh, I'm starving. I can't wait for it. I can't wait. And then fan forum at 7 o'clock on the United stand. Don't get much better than that. Don't get much better than that. Cross comes in. Flicked. Oh, I thought that was it. I thought that was it for Spurs. How's he not got on the end of that? Fruit salad and ice cream dessert, thought, says Chris. Used to have it a lot as a kid. Quite nice. Cross comes in. They're queuing up on the back. They would have been onside. Ben Tanker, I think it is. Flicked header towards the back post from Perisic's cross. And Blood ST says, when you're saying I played the game to Graham, that was a big chance for Spurs. I thought they were going to do it there. I mean, Liverpool will be kicking themselves, but based on the second half, it's been a game of two halves, quite literally. Have Spurs done enough to get a draw? Probably. They've been a lot better. This is why I said in the first half that Liverpool scoring was a good thing. I'm not a Liverpool fan, far from it. But to make Spurs palatable, they need to concede. And they have. They've conceded 2. I'm only 15 subscribers away from 803,000. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with That's Football. You're all welcome. Don't matter who you support. There's still a minute of normal time, and whatever the referee adds on, let's play the game. I'm going to predict he's going to add on 6. I think he'll add on 6 minutes here. It's a corner to Spurs. Oh, it's a corner to Spurs. This has been their best. Oh, he's only added on 4. People were saying 7. He's only added on 4. 4 minutes. Headed away by Gomez. Cleared away by Salah. Well, is that enough? Is that enough minutes to add on? I thought he'd have had more. I thought he'd added more than that. Oh, Wayne says blow the ref whistle. It's a massive 3 points for Liverpool. I get what you mean, because a draw, you're still 10 points off Spurs. A win, you're 7 points off. You've got a game in hand. It's huge for Liverpool. It's a massive result for Liverpool. I want Spurs to equalise. Keep them off. Keep that distance away from United. United, best result for United, Chelsea, everybody is a draw, really, isn't it? Because you know Spurs are going to lose a lot more games than this. Somebody just said, crap, Joe Gomez is on. He's just won you the header from the corner, mate. Salah's come off. Job done. Oxlade comes on. They're a couple of weird players, aren't they? Oxlade, Chamberlain and Walcott. They were really like revelled as being... Oh, we go. Oh, another good cross. Kulusevski again. It's just got to keep doing that. 2 minutes to go. United stand at 7 o'clock, Kieran, yeah. Liverpool are letting them put the crosses in. Alisson punches it away. Perisic, oh, terrible technique. That's going to lose them a minute. Oh, God, I'll tell you what, I could eat this table. I'm so hungry. I've got a bit of a sore throat now as well. Oh, I have been talking since midday. That's a hell of a push, that is. That reminds me, actually, when would it be? 2 weeks yesterday, so a week on Saturday. My all-day charity stream. Looking forward to that. Hopefully we can raise some money. Boss, stop asking me how Man United were today. Do you live in a bloody cave? You know how Man United were today. You're just trying to wind me up. We're into the last minute of stoppage time. Spurs are pushing. Can they create another cross into the box? Lucas Moura is on, of course. They've got players. Perisic. Oh, he went low. And Alisson's dived on it. United stand at 7 o'clock, Wahab, yeah. Lots to discuss. It's not full time yet. There's 20 seconds, but it's in the wrong end. That's what she said. Anyway, yeah, we're past the 4 minutes now, and Liverpool have got the free kick. Massive win for Liverpool. This massive win. It doesn't end Spurs' top 4 hopes, but it puts Liverpool right in the mix because 7 points behind Spurs now, game in hand to 4 points. Obviously, they get them back at Anfield after Christmas. It's a significant win, and they've held out well in the second half. But yeah, it was tighter than we thought it was going to be. That's what she said. And it's a good result. It's a good result for Liverpool. It's a bad result for Spurs. They looked a lot better with Kulusevski, and the thing about Spurs is they create a lot more when they go on the front foot. They play defensive football, and they're not very good at it. They always, I mean, Marseille scored against them in the first half. They're not very good at this defensive stuff at the moment. I think they need to attack a little bit more. But maybe Spurs did deserve something out of the second half, but Liverpool held out, and I've held out long enough. It's time for me to go and eat. Thanks, everybody, for watching. United stand in less than 40 minutes, in fact, 7 o'clock, discussing all the day's United talk as well. And I will be back on here. I'm going to be back on it. We'll put some stuff on the week. I'll probably do Chelsea on Wednesday against Man City. Take care, everyone. Speak to you a bit. Thanks for watching.